Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom vlog. Yes, guys, it feels great to be back. I know, sorry that it's been quite a while once again, but here we are with a new vlog. I got a bunch of things that I found on the internet over these past couple weeks that I want to talk about. Before we get onto that, a little bit of an update. You may be wondering, where have my videos been? Where have all my reviews for the new season been in these past several weeks? And my answer to that is, honestly, it's just I I have not really cared too much for a lot of the anime that have been going on in this new season, and it hasn't sparked my interest to go ahead and watch them as much as other seasons have gone, especially considering last season was pretty damn crazy with a whole bunch of like really huge anime that I absolutely loved. But obviously that's no excuse for things like Steins Gate and Boku no Hero Academia season 3, as I should have been making those. It's just honestly I've been focusing more on my streaming again. I'm trying to get like a little thing where I kind of focus a little bit on both and have an even amount of distribution of my time between them. But that, along with my internship and everything, I'm trying to figure out a good like portion of time to put in for each of those kind of things. But yeah, don't worry about that, guys. I will be continuing my Steins Gate and Boku no Hero Academia season 3 reviews, and honestly, just recently actually, Attack on Titan season 3 had come out, and I've been meaning to watch that and give you guys a review for that as well. It's one of the few anime obviously that I was excited for, considering that I had watched the previous 2 seasons. I've been reading the manga and everything as well, so I definitely was excited to see this one in terms, in comparison to all the other animes this season. Though like I said, I'm not too sure. I didn't really look as much this season because nothing really interested me, but that doesn't mean that I won't review it. If you guys really want me to, like, check a certain anime out that is going on this season, even though I've missed like several episodes, I will be willing to give it a try and go and watch it, and then maybe that will go along with the weekly reviews of that and everything if I really do end up enjoying it. But like I said, I don't really know what is good this season. Nothing interested me as much as I really wanted to. But if you guys do, say that one of them is you recommend me watching it, then I'll give it a try. I'm always down to, check something new out, even though at first glance for myself, I didn't really care for it. But if you guys think it's awesome, then I'm, of course, willing to give it a try. But yeah, it's all I really gotta say about that. Like I said, the reviews will be coming back. The vlogs will be coming back. The videos on this channel will be coming back. I know it's been this channel's been dead for like a couple weeks, but everything should be going back to normal. And speaking of things that I've been doing, obviously, like I said, I've been focusing on my streaming. I actually do have a schedule now, not a set time schedule, that I'm kind of still like playing around with to see what's a good time for myself and of course you guys as well. But as of this moment, my schedule is from Wednesday. I will be streaming from Wednesday all the way to Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday is kind of my days off, since last time, yes, of course I had school and a bunch of other things as well, but I honestly felt that even though I wasn't streaming like, obviously a huge amount of hours every day, just the fact of me streaming every day kind of ended up burning me out, and kind of just, I wanted to take a break, and that break ended up taking a lot longer than I had planned. But don't worry, I have this new schedule now. I've been streaming a lot, and I've been enjoying it, and been like, I think like sometimes 3 hours, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. I've been streaming Tales of Vesperia currently at the moment. I just finished Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, and honestly, I'm just super excited to continue my streaming, because honestly, it is pretty damn fun, especially playing all these kind of anime related games and everything. And then of course that does put me into the first thing that I have found this week that I want to talk about, and that is actually on not really a new game actually, but actually a definitive edition, which is a remastered edition of Tales of Vesperia. So I'm not I'm not a huge, like, I don't know a lot of the Tales games. I've only played one Tales game, and that is Tales of Zestria, and that's only because, as you guys know, I had watched the anime, and I do realize that a lot of people say that Tales of Zestria was probably the worst Tales game in pretty much of all the Tales games and everything, which is pretty crazy because yes, there are definitely parts that I did not like about it, and definitely parts that could have been better, but I didn't think it was that horrible, which means that all the other, games are probably pretty damn good. So I definitely am excited to see and play all the other ones. Right now at this moment, I don't have a PS4, but I do have a Steam account, which is why I was able to play Tales of Vesperia and why I now playing Tales of Vesperia. And I also do have Tales of Symphonia, as someone had told me that was really good as well. And of course, like I said, those are like the only 3 that are on Steam at the moment, but Tales of Vesperia is coming out. I saw the trailer at Anime Expo, and it's going to be for like PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, pretty much every system for video games during winter time of this year. So I'm definitely excited to see how that is. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'm still new to the Tales, the whole Tales series and everything. So I want to know. I want to go ahead and ask you guys a question. Do you guys think I would enjoy Tales of Vesperia? Is it worth my time to go ahead and buy that as well if I'm, been interested and been enjoying the Tales series so far? And I also want to kind of, for future reference, because yes, I may not have a PS4 and everything, but I do have a PS3, and when I do get my game capture card, I do plan on, playing more console games on my Xbox and on my PlayStation as well. And if the other Tales games are definitely recommended in a certain way or anything, I do want to go ahead and maybe give those a try when I go ahead and stream more Tales games in the future. But I want to know everyone who is a Tales fan, I want to know, what is your ranking of the Tales games from the worst to the best? I want to know in those terms of ranking, so at least I know which ones I should keep an eye out for and play when I do decide to play more Tales games. Obviously, I'm not going to just play Tales games on my stream and everything, but it's definitely something that I do want to do more in the future, as I have been enjoying the Tales series so far. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the game side of things. The next thing is actually something that, as you guys know, I'm pretty excited for, because I love Sword Art Online. Yes, I know there's so many people that hate Sword Art Online. I'm not saying it's the best damn anime in the world, okay? But I'm not saying it's as bad as some people say. Yes, I wish certain things could have changed. Yes, I wish they could have focused more on like the first arc of Sword Art Online. But they actually have a light novel series doing that, and I've been reading it, and it's pretty damn awesome. So I definitely recommend it if you are looking for that. I forget what it's called, but it's definitely a good read, especially if you like the first arc of Sword Art Online. But the big news for Sword Art Online, obviously, as I had said before when I had watched the movie, that it did announce that the Alicization arc was going to, be made into season 3, but they didn't have a date yet. In these past few weeks, we finally have a date. It's going to be coming out in October, during the fall season, and I am just so damn excited, honestly. I love Sword Art Online, and I cannot wait to see how this arc is going to be. I actually have the light novels for this arc, but I've been kind of like a little iffy on if I should, read it first and then watch the anime, or maybe I should watch the anime and then read it first. Because, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of the times the source material will always pretty much reign supreme in comparison to the anime or whatever it's being adapted into, whether it's a video game, a TV series, or a movie or something along those lines. Usually the source material is better, and there are some cases, of course, I'm not saying every single time, there are some cases where the anime or whatever adaptation it is actually ends up being pretty damn good, and in some cases, in certain situations, ends up being better in these kind of different ways. But a lot of the times, honestly, the source material it's usually the better one, obviously, because you can't always adapt everything into a movie or into an anime, and that's obviously unfortunate, but sometimes it's pretty bad. But nonetheless, that's kind of why I've been kind of a little iffy. I might just wait to read my light novels on this arc until after the season, so if anything, I won't be disappointed at all, because it happens a lot. Honestly, it does happen a lot to me, and I know a lot of you guys for different series as well. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just wait on the light novels. It sucks because I have them all stacked up over there, just like, ooh, I want to read them right now. But I'd rather wait and watch the anime, enjoy the anime, and then maybe read it and then enjoy it even the light novel even more. So that's probably what I'm planning on doing. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for October for that. Comparing, it would that would probably be something I'd really be interested in watching if it was during this season, and I'd be like, okay, this season is awesome, because it would have like Attack on Titan season 3 and Sword Art Online season 3. That would be mind-boggling. That would be crazy, honestly. But unfortunately, we're going to have to wait one more season, but at least it's just one and not like a whole year or something. So I'm definitely excited for that. And speaking of new seasons, Fairy Tail actually just released a visual and everything right here, and it's pretty crazy because this is going to be the last season of Fairy Tail. I mean, it's not really crazy, especially considering, as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but if you've seen, I have done my reviews on the last chapters of the manga. And let's just be honest, I'll be straight up honest, obviously these last few arcs have definitely not been the best of Fairy Tail. But I still enjoyed Fairy Tail for what it is and everything, and since I first watched it before and everything, and it's kind of just like a loyalty thing that I want to continue at least watching the last season. And you never know, they may change things here and there that may end up making it a lot better than how it was in the source material. I know I said before that the source material usually always reigns supreme, but I know for a fact there is one thing, I'm not going to say it, I'm not going to spoil it obviously for anyone who's an anime watcher only, but there's definitely one thing at the end that I know for a fact that a lot of people would like changed in if they were to at least add something in the anime, because there's been moments like that, like for example, just recently actually in the last Shokugeki no Soma season, they added something into the anime that really got me thinking, like, man, they're really rooting for the same ship that I am, of course, and that ship is obviously Erina and Soma, and I love them so much. And they actually added some scenes at the very end of the season, at the very end of the last episode, that was not in the manga, and I actually thought that was pretty damn awesome, especially as a fan of that shipping. And I was like, hey, they support the shipping as well. That's pretty awesome that they would add that in. And you never know, they may add certain things into the Fairy Tail the last season that might end up making certain things better. Who knows? There are still a lot of things that probably is not going to make it as enjoyable that I would like, considering, as I'm not going to spoil anything, like I said, but it definitely wasn't like the best kind of arc that I would have liked when I had read it. But nonetheless, I'm definitely excited to see how the last season of Fairy Tail will end up being. And that's also going to be in October. So that's another thing that I may watch. I'm not may watch. I will watch, but I may review. I'm not too sure on if I'm going to review that as well, because I don't know, I had, reviewed the manga already and everything, the very end, though it was only the last few, like, several chapters, so maybe I can go ahead and do that, and it won't be, like, a super weird thing to already have the reviews on the chapters and everything, but I'm not too sure. That's definitely a maybe. I'm definitely going to watch it, but if I'm going to review it, I'm not too sure as of yet, but still, that's two pretty awesome anime that I'm excited for to see in the fall season of anime. But yeah, let's get on to talking about the next thing I want to talk about, which is once again another new season of another anime, and that is actually on Bungou Stray Dogs. So in this tweet right here, which I had to go ahead and pretty much get translated because I had no idea what it said, obviously because it's in Japanese, but they're announcing a third season. I am so damn excited for this. This is one of the newer animes I've been watching, obviously, in the past couple of years, that just really has gotten me to really enjoy it, because it's different from a lot of the current anime that I usually do watch and everything. And I just really love the characters, the story and everything. Watched both the first and second season, loved both the first and second season. I have not watched the movie, which is actually unfortunate since I did plan on watching it in theaters, but I ended up not being able to go ahead and do it, which honestly really does suck. But I guess considering the fact that I guess it ended up doing really good, that a lot of people supported and watched it and everything, and because of that, they're going to have another season, a third season. So I'm super excited to know when that's going to happen. I'm at least happy that we know that it's going to happen, but there's no damn release date yet, which honestly sucks. But one of the main things I always say is that whenever, you see something like at the end of a season or just anywhere in between, if it at least says that there's going to be a new season, it at least has me, pretty damn excited and at least content for the moment, since at least I know it's going to happen. I mean, sometimes there's changes here and there where like out of nowhere something happens, but majority of the time when an announcement is made, they know it's going to happen. And even though I really want to know when and I want it now, I'm at least content since I at least know that it's going to happen. It sucks not knowing, but yeah, what can you do, right? But it's just, yeah, it's awesome. I'm not too sure how you guys feel about that. I'm not too sure actually if a lot of you like Bungo Stray Dogs as well, but Bungo Stray Dogs honestly has been a pretty enjoyable anime for me in the recent years. And yeah, I gotta get to watching that movie, honestly. I heard it was pretty good as well, so I'll probably go ahead and watch that when I do find some time during my schedule and everything, just to go ahead and watch that. If you guys want a review on it as well, you guys can feel free to comment below and maybe I'll do that. I have not done a whole movie review as of yet, but it would be interesting to do, especially with something that I do enjoy like Bungo Stray Dogs. And obviously since it did well, as in terms of people going ahead and watching it and stuff, it obviously has a third season, so it's gotta be pretty damn good at least, right? But yeah, it's pretty much all I gotta say on the whole, new season. There's like a bunch of things I had found on that. The next thing actually is on, like I had just said, with, Dead Apple being a movie, Bungo Stray Dogs Dead Apple being a movie. The next thing I have to talk about is also on some anime movies. And as you guys know, I love watching me some anime in the damn theater because, I don't know, it's just a different experience being able to watch it on a giant screen, enjoying some good popcorn, maybe candy, soda, hot dogs, whatever you want, honestly. Nowadays in movie theaters, you can pretty much get a whole damn meal practically. Yes, it's still pretty damn expensive, but it's pretty damn good as well most of the time. And come on, majority of the theaters already all have this, the dang reclining chair and everything. It's just a whole nother experience in comparison to just watching it on like my monitor or on my TV screen with your speakers or with your headset or something like that. It's still cool. I still do that with other things, but being able to go with my friends and go watch in the movie theaters is honestly an experience you should at least try once. It's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. And even waiting and then talking with people around you is pretty cool as well. I had done that with like Sword Art and Fate Stay Night and everything, and it was pretty fun. It was a pretty fun experience, and I am definitely excited for this next thing that I had actually just said, Fate Stay Night, I had watched last year. Part 2 has just been pretty much announced for when it's going to happen. Not the exact date, but we are getting the year, guys. I'm super excited for this one. As you guys may or may not know, I love the damn Fate series. I love the Fate series. I've watched pretty much every single anime form in the Fate series, from Fate Stay Night, the original one by Studio Dean, I think it was, and Fate Zero, Fate Apocrypha, just literally every single Fate series I've pretty much watched, and majority of them I have really enjoyed as well. So I had watched the first movie, enjoyed the heck out of it. Obviously we already knew that it was going to be at least a trilogy, so I was at least excited that knowing that there's going to be another one. But at the end of the movie, usually they have something like, it's going to be at this certain time. But there was nothing like that when I ended up watching it, which really got me kind of sad, especially considering I had like a bunch of friends with me and I was like, oh my gosh, why could they just not at least give us a time frame of when it's going to happen? And we've been waiting and we've been waiting until finally it's actually going to be released in Japan this year, which is pretty awesome, but unfortunately it's not for us. We are going to have to wait for some time in 2019, which sucks because it just says 2019. I'm not too sure if it's at the beginning, like January or February, which would be tolerable. It would be okay. I can withstand waiting a couple months. That's kind of how like it was with, the first Fate Stay Night movie and everything. It had come out in Japan first, obviously. A couple months later, US, theater release and everything. And so I'm hoping it's at the beginning of 2019. But at least, if anything, like I had said before, At least I know when it's gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen, like in 2020 or anything after that. At least I know for sure it's gonna happen in 2019. So I'm super excited for that. Don't know when it's gonna happen because honestly, it could be as far back as the end of the year. But just knowing that it's gonna come in 2019 has got me so damn excited because I love the first one, and I'm so excited to see how the second one is. Since I had watched the original, I watched pretty much this is the last route of the Fate Stay Night visual novel. I've watched the Fate route. I've watched the Unlimited Blade Works route. Heaven's Feel is supposed to be like the darkest route and everything in the first part of the movie. The first movie in the trilogy was pretty damn dark, so I'm excited to see how much darker and how much crazier it gets in comparison to how the other two routes had been and everything. Because so far, just by watching the first movie, it's a pretty drastic change in comparison to Unlimited Blade Works and the Fate route. So definitely excited for that to come in 2019 for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say on that one. Let's get on to the next thing I want to talk about, which is once again another movie thing. And this is actually was shown, I think, at like Comic-Con just recently, which is the trailer for Dragon Ball Super Broly. So, I have not watched obviously a lot of Dragon Ball Super. The big reason for that was like I kind of just wasn't too interested because I watched the movie and everything right before that, the Battle of the Gods one, I think, and pretty much a lot of the beginning part was practically that, just adapted differently and everything into the anime kind of series form and everything. And I just kind of didn't really want to watch it because I already knew what was going to happen, really. And of course I could have watched after that, but I just never got to go ahead and doing it. And another thing is I did end up getting used to, watching the Japanese dub, which is crazy to say because normally it's the subs that everyone always wants. But this is the one anime, honestly, or one of the few anime that I actually rather have English dub, because honestly, I grew up watching, Dragon Ball Z and everything in English dub with those English characters and the voice actors and everything. And it's just, oh man, it's crazy to go ahead and watch something for so much of your life and then try and change it to like the Japanese dub, which is normally, like I said, what you would want. But I'm just so used to it. I'd rather have the English dub, which is cool because, they do have the English dub pretty much like right after, not too long after the Japanese dub and everything. But what I'm really excited for is with this Dragon Ball Super Broly, Funimation had announced, they clarified on Twitter right here that it's pretty much going to be, for sure that it's going to be an English dub in the theatrical release in US and Canada. So I'm super excited for that because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of obviously the English dub for Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super and all the Dragon Ball series and everything. So I'm definitely excited for this, for sure, that I at least know that it's going to be released in English dub, which is kind of weird because they actually said that they have other ways for English sub, people who want to watch the English sub and everything. But it's not going to be English sub in the theaters. It's kind of weird because normally with a lot of these anime theatrical versions and everything, when they're released in the theaters, it's usually they have the subs on a certain day and then the dubs on a certain day. Or they have the subs first and then a couple months or something along those lines later, then the dub is first. It's for the first time for me that a series is making a movie and it's actually going to be in the US and everything, and it's going to be with English dub first. That's actually a first for me, and it's kind of weird, but it does make sense in a way, considering I'm pretty sure, like me, a lot of people in the US and Canada have watched Dragon Ball Z with the English dub when we were younger and everything, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Just it's kind of weird, honestly. You'd think that they would do both, if anything, But nonetheless, for me at least, I am happy with it being English dub in theaters, and I'm definitely gonna watch that when it comes out. I think it's in January 2019, and it's just like another thing I wanted to talk about before I end this little part is that it's funny because we've had so many damn movies with Broly already, and obviously they're not canon, they're not connected to the story, and that's why they're able to keep making them and kind of like having like introducing of Broly to the characters each and every time. But it's crazy to think that in this Dragon Ball Super and everything, Goku, Vegeta, all of them, they are so damn strong at this point. I mean, for goodness sakes, I've watched, like, I haven't watched everything, but I did watch, like, the last parts of the Dragon Ball Super and everything, the last episodes and everything, the whole huge battle, and to see, Goku them going to God, Super Saiyan God, and then beyond that, how the hell can Broly fight that? They're making Broly just this like super juggernaut. I mean, that's always how he is, but that's what makes it so exciting, because it's so awesome to see this literally god of Broly, just a literal beast, going up against Goku them, and it's always such a struggle, even with each time it's seemingly that Goku them are at like another level, at just so strong, and you think, holy crap, they're able to beat this guy and these guys, these people in the series, but somehow in the movie Broly comes along and he's just like wiping the dang floor with them, and I'm so excited to see how they're going to go up against Broly in this one, how Broly's just going to be super overpowered once again. Honestly, Broly to the Dragon Ball universe is pretty much the Hulk to the Marvel universe, if you think about it. They always have people going up against the Hulk, Wolverine versus the Hulk, Thor versus the Hulk. Pretty much like every single time they want to have some type of movie like that, they'll have someone versus the Hulk. And that's kind of what it is for the Dragon Ball series, whether it's Super, Dragon Ball Z, or whatever. It's always blah blah blah, Goku and everyone versus boom, Broly. So it's pretty crazy to see the comparison and see, yeah, I guess that is, Hulk is like super overpowered and super strong, and you can kind of say the same with Broly, but even though it's kind of the same thing practically in every movie, it's still enjoyable because it's so damn crazy to see them going up against a beast and monster like Broly. And honestly, I'm still excited, even though I've seen how many Broly damn movies already. I'm still excited to see how this one is going to be, especially with the whole Super kind of timeline of everything as well already, like the God, Super Saiyan God, and even beyond that and everything. So definitely excited to see that movie when it does come out in January of 2019 in US and Canada theaters and everything. And I definitely already have plans with a couple of my friends to go ahead and watch that. So I'm definitely excited for when that's gonna go ahead and come out as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom vlog. I had a bunch of things to talk about, obviously, from the updates on my channel, the streaming kind of thing, Tales of Vesperia coming out with a definitive edition, which I'm super excited for. Like I said before, if you guys could, if you are Tales fans, please, comment down below a ranking from worst to best of the Tales series, so that I can kind of have a kind of estimation of what I want to watch when I play, what I want to play when, I do end up getting my game capture card for the other Tales games of the series besides Symphonia and Vesperia when it does come out as well. After that, obviously, huge onslaught of a bunch of different season kind of thing, new animes getting seasons from Sword Art Online to, of course, it's, what's it called, Fairy Tail, and then, of course, obviously, Bungou Stray Dogs getting a third season is pretty damn exciting. So I'm super excited for all of those new seasons, and then, of course, the movies with both in 2019, honestly. So it's got me excited for the next year for both Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel. I think this one's called Lost Butterfly, and then, of course, obviously, Dragon Ball Super Broly should definitely be something exciting and awesome to watch as well. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom vlog. If you have any questions on anything that I talk about in this vlog, feel free to comment below. It's always awesome to hear your guys' thoughts. Like I said, I create these vlogs because I find crazy things on the internet that I want to, mostly connected to anime and everything, that I want to talk about and show my opinion and express my opinion to you guys. And I, of course, want to hear what you guys think as well, because it's cool to just think about these kind of things and see them and like, holy crap, that's cool, but it's cooler to talk to other people about it. So feel free to comment below if there's anything, that I talked about in this video that you want to also talk about. Questions, conversation, whatever you guys want, feel free to comment below. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. As always, guys, with these vlogs, I am super happy to once again shout out to James Snapman and GG Miller. Thank you for your continued support and your continued patronage on Patreon, man. It's really awesome whenever I see you next month and see you guys still supporting me by doing giving money for that certain tier. It's always awesome to see that. And yeah, thank you once again for your guys' continued patronage. And yeah, it's all I gotta say, guys. So till next time, see ya.